And then my other two pieces were at the Golden Globes, which, I watched the whole thing. I mean, did you guys watch it? It was so boring, and I don't know why I watched the whole thing, but I did. Um, and I really, as I watched it became abundantly clear why what happened in 2016 happened in 2016. All these celebrities who can't figure out why people didn't listen to them about not voting or about voting for Hillary Clinton, all that they need to do all that they need to do is look at how they acted. First of all, La La Land, which is a movie about Hollywood, it won the most Golden Globes, not just that night, but ever of all time of any movie ever. A movie about Hollywood won the most awards given by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Are these people obsessed with themselves? Are they living in a bubble? I feel like maybe they are. And then another thing was obviously Meryl Streep's speech. And I know that a lot of people focused on the comments she made about Trump. And I have to be honest, those comments that he did make about the reporter, they did bother me. But regardless of that, and I think even focusing on the comments about Trump really kind of is ignoring how many other bad things that were about her speech and how her speech really does explain why Hollywood does alienate people. Um, she began her speech by, talking about how, people, Hollywood was on, people were they were people were discriminating against Hollywood, and people hated Hollywood, and it's so hard. But if you have tens of millions of dollars, don't complain to me about your life being sad, and don't complain to me about being any kind of victim when you have tens of millions of dollars. Just like, don't do it, because people aren't going to feel bad for you. But most of us don't have tens of millions of dollars, and most of us don't get to like do have our acting is like so many people want to act and they don't. They normally just get to be like waiters and waitresses and like trying to act and maybe get on a commercial every once in a while. So nobody really is gonna feel bad for you. And then she attacks things like like you should be grateful for us because otherwise you'd have to watch just football and MMA. Yeah, a lot of people like football and MMA. So it's it's just this. She said we're all just regular people who are from other places, and I'm from New Jersey, and Sarah Jessica Parker's from Ohio, and just because you're from someplace doesn't mean that you are always going to be this person. It doesn't mean that being famous forever is not going to change you. It pretty clearly is going to put you in a bubble. And that's obvious based on the fact that they had no idea. They're not understanding why anybody would have voted for Donald Trump. And the thing is it's going to stay that way because they still have no interest in trying to figure out why people did. They still have no interest in saying, okay, why did you? Let's start a dialogue because I'm worried about this country. They're saying they're worried about the country, so you should be wanting to do things that are actually going to change it. This isn't going to change it because those people still voted for Trump after the incident with the reporter. Clearly it didn't bother them. Clearly the way that you're talking isn't changing anyone's mind. Try to connect with people. Actually make an earnest way to connect because regardless of where you're from, where you are now is you're someone who's not connected or you would have some idea of why other people are frustrated with this country, why people would have done what they did in voting for Trump. And I'm not saying anything about Trump. I most people know I was not a supporter of Trump during the election. I have criticized him, but look at the reality. And if you really, really do want to make a difference, instead of then don't talk about real connections. Because guess what? You have to make these real connections. What's your biggest clue? That enough people voted for Trump to keep your lady out of the White House. So these people are a powerful enough force that you can't just keep insulting them. Not if you want to win. But I don't really think she really wanted to make. I mean, did she want to make a difference, or did she just want to make herself look like a hero? Because she certainly, still gave standing ovation for Roman Polanski, even though, all the rape accusation against him, no problem. It's not she wasn't standing up for what's right. She's standing up for what she thought would be popular. She didn't think that it would be popular to sit down during Roman Polanski's being honored. If she was really this hero for people who have gone through things and people who have faced horrible things, and she'd be a little more consistent. But she's not. It's still popular and cool to make fun of Trump, and that's what she was doing. And she doesn't really care. That's not going to affect anything. So